Good evening, everybody. I am Ross Cook, founder of Ross Cook Balancing. You are looking at a bit of a celebration. It's a kind of quiet celebration. You can see it there. This is tonight. Tonight is the 151st Facebook Live in 151 days. And I mentioned that 150 was coming up, and some of my clients got all excited about it and said I should get pie and cake. And then typically I just did my work and then came home last night and forgot all about it. So celebrate with me. 151. Thanks to Jenny Hoskins and my wife Sheila Cook, and to Russell Brunson for challenging us way back when. Natasha Hazlitt for doing her magic at her Unstoppable Influence seminars. We started, and here we are that much longer. What I do is I help high-level entrepreneurs overcome self-sabotaging behaviors and beliefs, plain and simple. And why do we do that? So that they can have a relationship within themselves that is grand, and it helps them relate to what they do, what they think, and how they feel, so that they can have sustainable, profitable businesses and live value-based lives. Hi, everybody. Welcome to night 3 of How Do You Go Home Successfully? And one of the things we wanted to talk about tonight was, and we used to do this with our financial planning practices. We would tell people before they go home, not here in the office, I want you to drive partway home, and I want you to find a park or a place to pull over, and I want you to stop, and I want you to think about what would be a grand, successful evening at home. What are you going to do? What are you going to talk about? How are you going to feel? You know, because we know if we go over to a friend's house and we set an intention of having a great day over at our friend's house, the likelihood we're going to have a much better day at that friend's house it's through the roof. It's going to happen. All right. So the first night we talked about wisdom and silence, right? And last night we talked about some other things. Tonight we're going to talk about just stop. Just stop where you are. Just stop where you are, pull the car over, and think about what you intend going home. Stop and breathe. Now, if you're a balancing person, you know that you could just cross your hands and feet and go to the stresses and release the stresses, anything that might be difficult or challenging about your day. Just release it so that you go home in a balanced flow state. If you don't know how to do that, just think about what's possible. Think about the breadth and width of your dreams, of what it could be like in a dream at home, just magically tonight. And then think about who all's going to be there, and then think about what might get in the way, and breathe through that and stay with it. And then finally, just think what might clear it up. What can you bring? What can you offload of yourself to change that situation to always being improving, so that you're always improving. You're enriching the environments you're in. First, enrich your internal self, and then allow that to come out and enrich those around you. So it looks like fruit tort time and carrot cake evening at the Cook household. The Ross Cook evening here. I appreciate it. I thank you so much. Everything's on such an uptrend. I'm so happy. One of our companies today broke through a milestone and made a sale in an entirely different category that 3 months ago they didn't even know existed, much less had as a major facet of their business. I'm just happy for the associations and all the connections that are going there, and everybody's trending up. I hope you have a lovely evening. I didn't know what a Facebook Live was, and now we've done 151 of them in 151 nights. I hope you find some solace and some help in these. Tonight, driving home, I'm not just telling you stuff to do. Tonight, driving home, I pulled into the grocery store and parked in the grocery store parking lot and just thought about tonight, breathed and balanced and journeyed within and made it in my mind beforehand exactly the way I would like it to be in my physical realm, for my mind, my body, and my spirit. And then I came home. Tomorrow, before you go home, after you work a full day, kind of on the midpoint of the week, decide what you're going to do differently. Decide what you're going to do slightly differently tomorrow as you go home. Stop and think about it, feel and breathe with it, and then go ahead and act in flow. Okay? I'm Ross of Ross Cook Balancing. I'll talk to you tomorrow.